Yes.
The
So
Village of Shadows. I gotta say, this little intro bit, I
it
was,
was awesome.
of course, surprised. Because I was like, oh, we're doing this for Resident Evil. I also like how this correlates to the
Hmm.
whole story.
Well, let's not get into spoilers just yet.
Is that a spoiler?
I mean, anybody who's ever watched any movie ever or read a book can kind of guess that this is what's going to unfold indirectly. So, I guess it's not a spoiler, but I don't want to. I don't want to reveal the ending in the first 10 minutes.
Well, I will say I thought this was an interesting way to begin a Resident Evil game. You know, definitely not
Yeah.
not the standard, I would say.
No, not the standard Resident Evil.
I will say this little aesthetic here would be, and this is kind of a thing with this game. I feel like this game does it's like different games in one game,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like
No,
this
it
is like a
is. It
Little
is.
Nightmares type thing, or you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Like some indie game, and then we cut out and it's like Mia talking to her kid, reading a story,
Yep.
you know?
It's it does a lot. It's got that cool Call of Duty segment at the end in a certain area.
Yeah, and I find it funny also that it's revealed in a moment that our character Ethan's wife is reading this story to an infant who clearly will not be aware of the story, but he's like
Oh yeah.
concerned.
She's not comprehending shit. Yeah.
It's like, bro, she was born like last week, and your head's still soft. Like this is not gonna be retained. Like relax.
Oh boy. Okay, well hold on. For starters, I just want to point out that I love this game. This game was awesome. I was excited for it. I was there day one on launch. I got my platinum. Like I love it. I just want to say that first. Do you like it, sir?
I do like this game very, very much. In fact, I would say I definitely enjoyed it more than 7, although I would say
Oh,
7 maybe would be more original. I felt
I
like
would
7
agree.
really. It's hard to really compare them, but playing this game was more satisfying. Sometimes you don't need to break the mold, and not no pun.
Was that a pun? Oh, I thought you would. Oh.
You know, unrelated, there's apparently a lot of mixed opinions on the Mia character. I talked to a few other
Like what?
guys who also love this game, and none of them like Mia. Apparently, Mia is not a popular character. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, she was crazy in the last one. I thought she was fine.
I guess it was because Ethan has doormat syndrome, and maybe she's right because she's like the wife that was keeping stuff from him, and he didn't know she was like a secret agent. You know,
Well,
but he's got to
okay, I
like
guess.
fix all the
Okay, you're
problem.
right. You're right.
I also missed a couple of things in the house sequence up here. Like if you see that right to your right,
Oh, yeah, you see
the
that.
gift.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was no spoiler alert, but later in the game, some of these little details in the house are brought back for a scene, and I was a little bit perplexed because I guess I walked right past them.
Well, I know my first playthrough, I spent like maybe 25 minutes in this room, like in this house, looking at everything. Like I saw like the library area where they have like a kendo
Mm,
reference. Like I think it's over here.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
like there's a
read
kendo
a
reference.
lot of the lore.
Hmm.
Yeah, that stuff I read, but I did miss things. You know what was actually kind of hard? There's a challenge for kicking that yellow ball into a room, and I
Yeah,
was overthinking it, I was kicking it like downstairs. I was kicking it across the upstairs to like the storage room. I didn't realize you had to just kick it in here.
Yeah, you just
So
kick it in
I
there
was-
and you got it.
I think I restarted. You know what it was? Because I kept getting it stuck. And then I would start the game, and I'm like, damn it. So I had to restart.
Oh, Lord.
Until I figured it out.
That's funny.
Yeah, here we go.
I like how everything looks. Like, they did a good job with this.
It's a
What a
solid
game.
engine.
It is. It really is.
You know, for people who have a problem with this game and the prior game doing the first-person thing, my perspective of Resident Evil was always that the games, even back in the 90s, at the time, even though the graphics, you look back at those games now and they're dated, it was always top-tier environmental design.
Mm-hmm.
The angles, like the camera angles, just being in like a hallway, the details that they would put into the environments, and over time they got better. Oh, that's where she gets shot. But for me, it's how I looked at these games. It's just, it's all about the environment, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love how, by the way, in this scene, he hides behind the table while his wife gets lit up.
He totally watches her get lit the fuck up. Yeah.
If that was my wife,
Get down.
I would have already tackled her, put the table up by the window. You know?
Chris Redfield.
They really go out of their way to make Chris a dick for the sake of plot in this game.
Yeah, and they redesigned him to
like,
look
bro,
more like his
just-
Resident Evil 5 look.
Yeah, just like tell Ethan what's going on, man. You know.
All we had to do was shoot him an email. Like, a text, an email, like, bro, we're about to, like, go in, like, John Wick your house, you know? You might wanna... you know?
I just feel like Ethan just gets played so hard in these two games that he's in.
He totally does.
Like, he really does. He gets played so hard. This boy's just like kicking his ass. And Chris is like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I got your
Now, in my opinion, I feel like... I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but... Chris
Might
has...
as well, listen, if anyone's watching this and they're worried about spoilers, I mean, what are you doing?
Alright, that's a fair point.
Like-
You know what? You're right,
Yeah.
fuck it. What is it? Thursday, June 17th? The game's been out for like over a month now. Alright,
You shouldn't be watching this if,
Yeah.
if you're worried about spoilers. You shouldn't be here.
in my opinion, Chris has no business being here. I don't think Chris being here moves the plot forward. I don't think his character needs to be here. It's just kind of like, oh, Chris Redfield's here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the story would have worked either way if another character had did all that. Like, in your opinion, does Chris really need to fucking be here? Like why?
The way I took it was more, while you're doing all your stuff as Ethan, Chris is having like Resident Evil 5. Like that's happening elsewhere. You know, him and, you know, Piers is turning into Tetsuo, and there's all this other stuff happening, but we just don't see it.
No, that's Resident Evil 6. No. Yeah, him and Pierce, right?
Yeah.
The Chadwick are in Resident Evil 6, and then him and Sheva are in 5.
I remember we had rules when we played 6, like we had to pick which guy we wanted to be, so I remember I had to be Leon, so you could be Helena?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was her.
Then you had to be, because you like playing as ladies, you had to be Sherry, so I had to be Jake.
Yeah.
Which, thanks for that shit.
Yeah, good going, Capcom. 2 thumbs up for
But
Jake
when
Wesker.
we got the Chris's scenario, you refused not to be, like, you had to be Chris. You were being like a baby dad. It's like, alright, fine, I'll be Piers. Which I kind of like Piers. So then, just when he was growing on me, he turned him into a Bandersnatch.
Yep, he, oh. Alright, I think we're
Whatever
good,
the
though.
hell happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Oh man.
Okay, real talk. So this is where the game like lets you actually move around finally and play Resident Evil. I
Yes.
really like how dark the forest is here.
Yeah, it's a good mood setter. I love this segment. Very good mood setter.
There were a couple of things I was trying to see how to say it. Like I like how Ethan just has a flashlight. You know, like, but we never see the flashlight. It's on when the
It's
lights are off.
on, yeah.
It's Days Gone rules, I guess. You know, it's like a phantom flashlight.
Leave that game alone.
Oh, I don't say it in a bad way. It's just it's a phantom flashlight, you know.
I agree.
But I do like how you're just stumbling along and you find the crows, and it's like, well, we'll keep going forward. It's also a nice detail here where, because you never get to see any other perspective besides Ethan's hands, all the terrible shit that happens to him is all
Yeah.
demonstrated in his hands.
I feel bad for his hands. They get fucked a lot.
Like, he just got cut on the barbed wire, and that's the nicest thing that happens to him.
Yeah. Yep.
I was playing this part with my fiance when the crow wakes up there, and she had a problem. She spazzed a little bit.
I know it scared me. It definitely got me. And the guy, like the wolf that runs right past you right here, he got me too.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yep. But I love this part. You have no weapons. You really feel that
There's
sense
something
of
about being in
dread.
the woods,
Of course,
in
yeah.
the dark. Have you ever been? I mean, I know you live near the woods now, but I remember being out as a scout, and it's mad dark in the woods sometimes, and you're walking around and you hear a scuffle, and it's literally this visibility where it's just if there's no moon, forget about it.
Yeah, I don't go in the woods, Brasov, unless I'm armed. It's not happening. Let me stop.
I will say, very moody for an intro, but for a game that pushes replayability, this
Long
whole
intro.
sequence is a pain to get through to just
It is.
get going.
It is a little bit of
I feel like it's a
purgatory to get to the village.
guaranteed 10-minute sync before you can begin a challenge run,
I agree.
because you have to. And I've also noticed that certain cutscenes don't stop the clock too, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not quite as fluid as, let's say, the 2 and 3 remakes when it comes to some of those replays. Like this
I
part
agree.
right here, you can't skip. You have to just crawl, and you got to push it. And he's like, "Oh, my hand! I have bloody hands."
Yep. Now, have you heard anything about how it looks on PS4? Because we're on a PS5 running it, like full 4K and everything, but I haven't heard anybody talk
I mean,
about the
it's-
PS4 release.
Nothing negative. All I know is that it's a good engine, so I imagine it looks more or less the same. I mean, it was a transition title, so it's not going to be crazy different looking. It probably looks really good on PC.
Everything looks good on PC, though. It's a PC.
I just don't think it's the kind of game that's cutting. Like, this looks great, but this is Resident Evil 7, which was 2017. So with
Yeah.
there probably is a little bit of a frame rate boost probably that we're experiencing.
Mm. Every time I look at that, I think
love
of
that.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I think of Bloodborne when I see that. I don't know about you, but like I just
It's 60% Castle Canehurst, maybe 40% Castlevania. It's just like,
this guy.
Ethan. One thing I'll say about Ethan is he always says the thing that I wouldn't have said.
Well, what do you mean? What did he say?
Because he's such a straightforward, average Joe. You know, after what he went through in 7, I feel like he'd be more like, I don't know,
Well,
like have steel in his veins, maybe.
well,
He's
I'll
still
tell
got
you
that,
this.
like, what's happening? It's like, bro, you saw some things, man.
I see what you're saying, but I'll do you this. They lost it with his dialogue, but they gained it in the gameplay. Like for example, if you look at all of the reload animations between this game and the last game, like in this game, Ethan is more tactical, and they actually explain it in the beginning, where he talks about how like, oh, everything moves so fast. We moved from Louisiana to over here, and I went to that military training. So like when you notice, like when he reloads the pistol, he keeps his magazine, and that's so tactical. Like in most
Yes.
video games,
Yes.
the character will eject the magazine and then keep it moving. That's not practical. In a real scenario, you'd want to keep your magazines so you could refill them. So I love little details like that they added in this game.
You're right. I like that too. It's actually really cool. Oh. He gets the Roland injury from the
Ugh.
gunslinger.
Ugh. I watch
That's
this.
rough.
Want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Let's see. Watch what happens when I get up. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Let's see, run over here. Now he's gonna be really slow because it's on standard, but on Village of Shadows, he's like kind of up your ass.
He's like already like normal
Yeah.
difficulty.
But pro tip, the man who laughs and audience watching, whenever you grab the bolt cutters, his character model disappears. So a little pro tip for you.
Oh, he's gone?
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. So as long as you run past the cooking pot,
Ah.
well, yeah, once you grab the bolt cutters, his character model disappears. Little pro tip: you don't actually have to fight him.
That is interesting.
Kinda
See,
cool,
my
huh?
instinct is always to, if I have a weapon, like fight until I'm dead. So
I
you
know. Well,
Which is why certain games are frustrating. Like if they put me in this predicament, but I don't have a weapon, my instinct is like, well, let me find a way to kill it anyway, and then I always end up dying.
yeah, you don't have to kill that guy. I've been practicing a little bit, doing like Village of Shadow stuff, and it's something I picked up. You don't have to fight that guy.
No, they always break in through the staircase window.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, but it's timed.
This
he got
part
in already.
is.
He came in early that time.
Got something else too.
Nice shooting.
There's a spot where he can't grab you on the stairs because of the elevation difference. It's actually kind of funny.
From software engine style, huh?
Yeah, there's
Can't
a
get
little bit of
criticals on
a.
staircases.
Uh-huh. Oh, I have unlimited ammo.
It's taking a.
How do I gotta take that off.
Oh yeah. Sorry everybody, we didn't mean to have that on. You have to go to game settings. Game
Is that
settings.
where it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get to the next checkpoint.
Oh, it won't let you. They won't let you do it in the in-game session.
So this part, as long as you kill the first guy, you're fine. You can get out of here. And if you want to grab the extra health that's in here, or the chem fluid to make the health, this is very important.
I like
on
that you
Village of
have to
Shadows.
actually make the herb work into like a medical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just picking up an herb and rubbing it on you, or whatever the hell you did. And by the way, them just chilling on the roof
It was scary as
was
shit.
really creepy. Not gonna do the gate trick, are you?
Come on, let me do the gate check.
He's gonna do the gate.
I might fuck it up. Hold
So
up.
Joel, you're such a scumbag.
Oh, I fucked it up.
Oh,
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I fucked it up. You can explain what that is.
So he, okay. While I was getting to this game late because I worked for a living, so I had to wait a few weeks before I actually played
Fuck you.
my first playthrough. Oh, I mean for the viewers at home, not for you. You know. Um, that's not even fair to say because you work a real job. No. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Anyway,
The gate.
while I
the
was
gate.
playing it for the first time, Joellington was actually learning how to do all these little tricks for the challenges. He platinumed the game. He was trying to shorten his run time, so he found all these little exploits. And one of them is you can use that gate back there to kind of trap all the lichens and run the timer, because this whole bit is timed.
Yes, it's on a timer.
You simply have to survive long enough.
I don't know how long the actual timer is. I think it's like 5 minutes or something like that.
It's about 4 or 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Real talk. In New Game Plus, is the guns you pick up absent? Because I wasn't able to find a shotgun on New Game Plus.
They're there. That's because you've already picked it up, sir. If you've already gotten it,
Okay.
it won't be there.
Then they're okay.
in subsequent
That
runs.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, am I also correct that some guns you have to buy from Duke?
Some guns you have
That
to
you
buy
won't
from
find them
Duke.
because I never found.
Yes.
I never found the subsequent shotguns. I never found 1911. I did find the grenade launcher and the Magnum.
The
I think I found the Magnum.
yeah, the second shotgun you do find, you just missed it. And the last one, the SIG, you got to buy from him. Oh, it's called the SYG, but it's really modeled after the SIG. Which I will say this game was kind of cool with the gun names. They did a pretty good job.
Nice.
Thanks.
You think you could beat the big guy? Well, you have infinite ammo.
I have infinite ammo, so it's kind of not fair.
I don't know. You might run the clock because it. Oh shit! You better heal, Brasov. Just hit R1.
You can,
Oh, you don't have one made. Okay.
I did. You know how to cut the animation short, right?
With the shotgun? What you're doing right now?
No, when you
block,
heal.
right?
When you heal, right when your character actually pours the liquid solution, if you block like this, you can cancel the rest of the animation, so you don't have to sit there and watch him do it.
I guess you can't come in, huh? The big guy?
No, he won't actually come in here.
His back is his weakness, right?
Yeah. Now, I know when I first played this, I got that Resident Evil 4 feeling. Like being in that first town and I got jumped hard by the guys
totally.
and the chainsaw guy.
This is legit Resident Evil 4. Or a sequel to 4.
Mm-hmm. That's just done. Okay.
Yep, there we go. Like how he throws you like 30 feet to the river. This is also the last time they ride horses.
Yeah. I don't know why though.
Like they never.
Like why? Why would they? Why are werewolves riding horses? I guess it looks cool.
Where did I miss here? Why did they just decide to let you go?
Because the bell rings, much like in Resident Evil 4.
Oh, okay.
Watch. He looks at you. He's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna go up. Let's go watch Father Gascoigne turn." So they all bounce. And also, they let you go because we need like a whole game to play. So there's also that.
Yeah, that's the real reason.
Yeah. There's also that.
Can we? Should we talk about it now, or should we wait till more heinous shit happens to Ethan about how much physical harm he sustains?
Well, I guess we could talk about it now because fuck spoilers. But it
There were
makes
some
sense.
pretty cartoon things that happened to our boy. Well, it makes sense when you get to the end of the game,
Yeah.
but I remember some bits I was laughing really hard. We'll get to that. I'll wait till something happens in a house. Dimitrescu. How do you say the vampire?
Dimitrescu, I think.
Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu.
House
Yeah.
Dimitrescu.
So we're gonna go and
There's
deal
tall
with
grass here.
this house.
It was so mean. You know, I didn't know you could shoot the fence.
Yeah, bro. I'm like Sonic, man. I gotta be on the move. I don't got time for this stuff when I play.
Do those guys disappear if you go in here? 'Cause I always fight them.
In this instance, no. They'll be back on the return trip to get the other crest.
Hey, question right there. Do you have to wait for her to come down the hallway and open the door?
Yes, you can't skip this scene. Although in the next segment, when that old man jumps you, that's a scripted event. You actually can't kill him. He'll tackle you. regardless.
That I'm aware of.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I just run into him.
So it's better to just okay. That's
Yeah,
that's
if you're
the way to
speed
skip
running,
it.
just
Okay.
run into him.
I like how they had to put Ethan back in a car to mimic the whole thing in
The 7. Yeah, they had a couple of formulas. The whole intro with him walking in the woods, just like he was walking in the woods and before he went in the Baker house. We had the whole car instance. Of course, he gets the Star Wars treatment with his hand, just like in the last one. I think both hands get severed, if you include his left one in the last game and then the right one in this game. So he's been without both hands.
Yes.
Right?
In 7, it was his left hand that Mia chops up with the chainsaw,
Yes.
and in this game, it happens with his right hand.
I'm gonna skip past this little girl.
And the way
here.
he heals it is hilarious in both instances.
it really was. Yeah, this is when Father Gascoigne, aka Magneto.
Gentlemen, you have been chosen to witness the announcement of a momentous event in the history of our planet. The liberation of mutant kind has begun.
AKA, he's got a +10 boom hammer in his hand.
What do you think of this character?
I fucking hated him, to be honest. I hate him. I fucking hate the factory at the end. The factory was the most boring part of the game for me. His whole Magneto powers, like
Okay, I liked all the areas for the most part, but the factory was definitely
the
the
worst.
least.
It was. Come on.
My main thing with him is I'm not crazy about his voice. I like this bit though, where you get to see all the principal antagonists
You see all the Lord
all
vessels.
together.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bosses. I'm sorry. We gotta get their souls.
Yep.
The doll. We've got. Oh, he looks like one of the characters in the fishing hamlet in Bloodborne. Right?
Yep.
We've got. Let me see. We've got. Yeah,
We got all the
Heisenbrain.
inspiration in the world.
Yeah,
here.
they
Yeah.
totally played Bloodborne and were like, oh, I want Father Gascoigne with a boom hammer.
I want to thank whoever went around Europe putting yellow tape all over all the switches.
I was waiting for him to say that. Yeah.
Have you noticed that that's just a go-to thing
Yeah.
in games?
Yep.
Like they just put yellow tape on things, and it's not. It's every game.
Every game.
I feel
Uncharted
like
did it.
has-
Last of Us did it. Tomb Raider did it. Oh, yeah.
But the castle is basically the whole, classic.
Classic Resident Evil.
You know,
Stuck in the environment. Yep. You got the stalker person. These girls are my favorite. I love Cassandra. You know that I love Cassandra. Yeah, these
Like how
three
they
are my
push you
favorite.
around. See, this is the part with Ethan where it's like, hey man, you could have probably chatted with them, like, hey ladies. Like, I'm mold. You know?
Well,
You know,
there.
like,
I will say this. I will say this.
you're bugs, I'm mold. We can make that work.
They do kind of allude to you being moldy, though. Like, you don't find that out till later, and I gotta be honest, when I found that out at the end, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I buy it. It makes sense. But, like, for example, when she bites you, she's like, oh, you've gone rotten or something. And then when the other girl talks to you,
Right
she's
now,
like,
yeah.
she's like, oh, you stupid man thing. So, like, they do plant, like, little bits of, dialogue that, foreshadow, like, later,
Alright, so they leave. You're strung up. You have 2 hooks through both your hands, right?
Yep.
Proceed now. Look at that. You rip the hook through your hand. That's your good hand, by the way. You further destroy your already wounded hand. Now look at this. Look at this. There he goes. There he goes.
Yep. Go ahead, Ethan. Turn
You're
around.
any other human would be out of commission for the rest of their life. But he goes right over, he grabs a medicine bottle, and he's like, oh, thank God. They
Look,
had some,
look.
they had some rubbing alcohol. Now put your gun out. Yeah.
Healed.
Bullshit.
I don't think I have enough ammo. I don't have enough mines, but
You just have to shoot her.
and if you're wondering,
She's like, "Ew."
if you get to this point in the game without a gun, that cutscene still plays out the same way.
Yeah, Ethan always has the gun because the old guy
Yes.
gave it to him.
Get the fuck off me.
You can just fight her with a knife. She's easy to block. Why you just knife her? That's what I did.
Nah,
There you
bro.
go. Yeah, she's pretty much toast.
She's dead.
There it is.
So also with the shotgun, never fully reload the magazine tube. Always leave 1 round because it's faster. So pretty much what that means is you'll never have to increase the rate of fire by spending money. You can force the shotgun to actually reload faster by putting 1 magazine through the breech rather than the magazine tube each time.
Yes.
Who was more terrifying? Mr. X, Nemesis, or Lady D?
Easy answer is Mr. X. In fact, I would say Lady D is the least
Yes.
because there's a funny video that I recorded that I showed you where I'm in the safe room and I do the Mr. X thing where I go to the safe room and she kind of like looks at me and yells at me. But it's funny because like with Mr. X there's like a video game part there where because he's an automaton, he'll just wander off. He's like, I'll kill you later, whatever, you know. But this is like her house.
Yes.
This is her house, and she's able to walk in every room. But because I'm in one room where the typewriter is, she will yell at. It was funny because it was after I had beaten all 3 daughters. She does the whole like, "House Dimitrescu brought down by the likes of you," and I just kind of slowly closed the door on her face, and she walked away. It was.
It is pretty funny.
I like how she doesn't see you.
Exposition time.
It's like
You think that
can
she
see
called her?
can-
Mother Miranda actually like called her.
Yeah, that's the part. That's funny, right?
She actually calls her on the
Like,
fucking
she-
phone.
It's funny.
She
It's
called
funny
her, bro.
because it's even funnier that that spoiler alert, turns into your wife and lives with you for months. Probably has intimate relations with you. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a big
shit.
ploy to get you. It's like, really? That was...
Yeah.
Sign me up for another. Oh, we got a comedy scene coming up. You ready? It's gonna be really funny.
Oh yeah,
It turns
I know.
into Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yep.
Here we
Yep.
go. You ready, everybody?
Here we go.
Okay. I have cartoon hands. All right, Joel, you better run. Though you got grabbed. So Ethan's hand just got cut off. Now look what
My
our
beverage
boy
away.
does. Look what our boy does. Okay, I want everyone to watch this. Video games. wait.
Again,
Wait.
but wait, there's more.
So he just attached his bone, his like no.
His whole
kid.
nervous system is intact. The
Yeah.
ligaments,
And
even
look,
his
wait,
sweater.
the figures. Look, that's the best part. Is the coat perfectly aligns.
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty
And he's
fucking
holding his
hilarious.
gun. And he's holding his gun and his knife and his shotgun. Like it's over. Like he's healed. Did you ever complete Code Veronica, or did you get too
Oh,
frustrated? and you just
don't
stopped?
even fucking mention that game to me again.
Claire.
Claire. No, I didn't. But I'll tell you this. As much of, I think it's more me because I'm pretty sure the game is good. I'm just not giving it a chance. If they ever remade it or did like a new remaster, you know me, I'd be the first one to buy it. So
Well, there's a lot of talk about that actually, because they're doing a Resident Evil 4.
walk right
shit.
past her.
They're doing a Resident Evil 4 VR remake, or whatever. But a
Like
lot of
we
people
need
fans
that
were kind of like
again.
the one that needs to be. Well, here's the thing. We just had this. Isn't that kind of redundant? I feel as if Code Veronica probably needs it more. Because even when that game came out, I feel like it was within a year almost or two of the remake of 1. And once the remake of 1 came out, it was very hard to go back to the original 4 Resident Evil games.
I gotta fight what's her name though. I have a theory that she actually won't hit you right here.
She won't go forward? I'll just be going, miss.
Apparently not. I'll just take this handgun ammo.
Yeah, that's
Little shit like that.
It's because she can talk and she has dialogue and she's a thinking person, which is why it seems way more silly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Mr. X doing it, it's like, okay, whatever. He's Mr. X. Because she's like a person. It's like she's broken. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
She's broken. A lot of moments
I
like
think you
that
should fight her
make
with
it
a
really
knife.
silly. Oh, put those
Watch her.
arms down. This game is not possible on a knife only. Village of Shadows. I'm calling it. I don't care.
Oh, there's some Japanese kid out there.
Yeah, with
Probably disagree with you.
it's always the Japanese kid.
You know.
They're just better. So now we are on the rooftops of Anne Orlando.
This is
Right now?
Castle Canehurst, my friend.
Oh, Castle Canehurst, my
We're gonna go
bad.
talk to Master Ligarius.
Yes, we are.
Pay respect to the Vile Blood Queen.
And we're done with the masks. And just like that, we're out
Now,
of the
there's other zip lines in the game. Is it implied that Ethan keeps that little hook?
Oh, that's a good point. In the windmill section, when you fight
Yeah.
Mordecai or whatever that fucking fish
That's not
monster
his
thing is.
name.
I don't know what his name is. You tell me what his name is.
Moreau.
No, I fucked up.
I always put him in the wrong one too, and then she's coming. And it's
Well, no,
like,
if you start from right
it's
to
annoying.
left, the game puts it in order for you. If you go right to left. Yeah, if you go... it doesn't matter what order you pick them up in, the game automatically files them in your inventory a certain way. So as long as you start on this one and work your way left, it's just going down one by one. That's how you remember that.
I gotta be honest, I'm not crazy about. Does she follow you, by the way, in here?
No, that's it.
Okay. When you do a puzzle, like you rush it and then you do it wrong, there's like a little message telling you that, like, hey, you messed up, and you can't.
And then you gotta
have to,
wait.
like, wait for it to go away.
Ugh. Yep.
A lot of little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very big proponent about not taking control or preventing control from a player. Like, player agency for me always being active is a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is one boss fight in the game that, as somebody who's done a lot of Village of Shadow runs, the dynamics of the boss fight change. And I don't know it. Like, it's really weird. Like, I don't know if this segment is timed, or if she's got a damage threshold that you have to pass. Because there's been times where I've beaten her in half, like, the time it normally takes with the same ammo. And certain, like, I don't know. And then certain towers, like, I don't know if each tower getting destroyed is actually scripted, because there's been times where they've all been left open. Like, this is a very weird boss fight that I just don't get the mechanics.
I think it's gotta be. I always assumed it was damage based, but whenever she's up in the air like that, I always, and this part's weird too. Like, I never know which is the right angle when she flies back up.
Yeah. Also, if you
This is
switch
like
every
a
time you
freebie.
shot, it's faster. Always gotta be fast. I'm like Sonic. Always gotta be fast.
I do like how the Dracula reference, you know, like, you know, Lady Drinascu, you know, Dracula. Dracula is almost like a reference to dragon, and I think in the original language. So she turns into a dragon, basically. That's what that is, you know?
Yes. And makes the noise of a xenomorph,
Yes, that too.
in my opinion. She sounds like a fucking xenomorph. See, like, the towers are gone, but oh, I gotta reload. And we're gonna reload pump cancel there, and we're gonna hit that.
This is a very Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 style boss fight.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just, this is like, just so we're clear, her lower body turned into a dragon.
Yeah. And Heisenbrain's Magneto. We'll take
Now
a shot
you have
from
to
here.
wait for it. Yeah. Can you kill her like right there?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I think I always lose time running up here. Because it's like
Well-
there's precious moments where I could end it, and she's flying around, and it's like, how do you
Where does she
do
stand?
it? Like, can you speed this shit up? Or you have to
I
wait for it to
don't-
just crash through.
I don't think you can kill her at that spot right here.
So it's just about coming up here fast enough until this happens.
Now, I learned to kill her by her noise that she makes. She does this E, where she sounds like a fucking xenomorph. That's how you know she's charging. You've heard that? Eee!
Yeah, I've never actually gotten hurt up here, so I don't know what she's supposed to do to you.
Play Village of Shadows. And that's death. And just like that, all the marketing to the game is over because this is all we saw before the game came out.
She's actually with the little tentacles like that. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of Syl, Natasha Henstridge from Species. You ever see that movie?
Oh, God. Damn, Will, I haven't seen that film in years, man. God,
It was a
Species.
H.R. Giger design.
Wow, I can't... I haven't seen that film in so long. I low-key forgot it. Species,
Well, it came
wow.
out in '95, so it's
Nice reference.
It's like 26 years old now.
Nice reference.
Michael
there.
Madsen was in it. Forrest Whitaker, the girl from CSI. Oh, Ben Kingsley was in that movie too. Academy Award-winning actor Ben Kingsley
Clearly, I
gets
forgot.
mouth fucked by Natasha Henstridge.